Commander Elena Reyes stood tall on the bridge of her ship, the EDF Horizon. Through the massive viewing window, she watched the alien ships approach Earth. They moved with grace, their hulls shining like jewels against the blackness of space. "All systems ready, Commander," her first officer reported. "The alien delegation will dock in 10 minutes." Elena nodded, her dark eyes never leaving the approaching vessels. After decades of watching humanity from afar, the aliens had finally decided to make official contact. They called themselves the Galactic Conclave, a group of 17 advanced alien species who ruled the stars. "Remember," Elena told her crew, "show respect, but never weakness. We represent all of humanity today." When the alien delegation entered the Horizon's meeting hall, Elena felt a chill. The leader, a tall being made of what looked like living crystal, glided forward. His name was Vexor. Behind him came aliens of all shades, some with scales, others with too many eyes, some floating rather than walking. "Greetings, young species," Vexor said, his voice creating strange echoes in the room. "We welcome you to the greater community of stars. Your technological progress has been adequate to warrant observation and limited integration." Elena noticed how Vexor spoke down to them, like an adult to a child. The other aliens looked around the ship with expressions she recognized as amusement or pity. "We thank the Conclave for their recognition," Elena replied carefully. "Earth looks forward to learning from your advanced civilizations." As the aliens toured the ship, Elena noticed something strange. One of their devices, what seemed to be some kind of scanner, looked oddly familiar. Its design reminded her of early human space technology, but more advanced. "Interesting design," she commented, pointing to the device. "It looks similar to systems we developed 50 years ago." The alien holding it, a reptilian being with emerald scales, quickly put the device away. "Merely a coincidence," he said. "Young species often follow predictable technological paths." Later, as Elena showed them the ship's engine room, she noticed the aliens exchanging worried glances when they saw certain parts of the drive system. "Is something wrong?" she asked. "No," Vexor answered too quickly. "We are simply surprised by some of your solutions. They are unusual for a species at your stage of development." After the tour, Elena returned to her private quarters, feeling uneasy. The aliens had acted superior, but she had caught moments of what seemed like concern in their reactions. Something wasn't right. Her computer beeped with an incoming message. It was from Dr. Marcus Chen, leading the archaeological team on Mars. "Commander," Marcus's excited face appeared on screen. "You need to see what we found." The video shifted to show a massive metal door embedded in Martian rock. Carbon dating puts this at over 3 million years old, but the symbols. The camera zoomed in on markings carved into the metal. Elena leaned closer to her screen, her heart beating faster. The symbols were ancient human writing, a perfect match for early Sanskrit. "Keep this quiet," she ordered. "I'm coming to Mars immediately. The aliens can't know about this yet." As she ended the call, Elena looked out her window at the alien ships. They thought humans were young and weak. They had no idea what her team had just found. Humanity's story was about to change forever. Dr. Marcus Chen held his breath as the ancient door slowly opened. After 3 days of careful work, his team had finally unlocked the entrance to the mysterious Martian vault. The air that escaped was stale but breathable. 3 million years, he whispered, and we can still breathe the air. Behind him, 5 other scientists waited with excitement and fear. Their helmet lights cut through the darkness, revealing a long corridor that led deeper into the red planet. "Remember," Marcus said, "document everything. Earth needs proof of what we find here." As Commander Elena Reyes' shuttle approached Mars, Marcus and his team reached the end of the corridor. They entered a large, circular room with smooth metal walls. In the center stood a pedestal with a glowing blue sphere. "It's still powered," a scientist gasped. "After all this time." Marcus approached the sphere carefully. When his hand touched its surface, the room came alive. The walls lit up, and suddenly they were surrounded by stars, a three-dimensional map of the galaxy. Bright points of light appeared across the map, hundreds of them, with lines connecting many to Earth. Then, above the map, a hologram appeared, a human man in strange clothing, speaking perfect English. "This is Admiral Thomas Chen, final record for Mars Installation 7. If you are viewing this, you are our descendants, and the remembrance has begun." Marcus froze. The man had his same last name, his same eyes. The hologram continued. "Before the Great Forgetting, humanity ruled the stars. We built civilizations on 1,000 worlds. We uplifted younger species, taught them, guided them. Then came the rebellion." As the message played, showing images of advanced human cities across many planets, Alina landed her shuttle at the Mars base. She hurried to join Marcus, her mind racing with questions. Back on Earth, Vexer and the other aliens toured human cities, studying Earth's technology with growing concern. In a private meeting, the reptilian alien confronted Vexer. "The humans are advancing too quickly," he hissed. "Their power-coupling designs matched the holy patterns. This cannot be coincidence." Vexer's crystalline form flickered with light. "Patience, Sarak. They remember nothing. The Great Forgetting worked as planned. But what if they find the vaults? What if?" A human assistant entered the room, and both aliens fell silent. When Alina reached the vault, Marcus showed her everything they had discovered. The holographic records proved what seemed impossible. Humans had once been the most advanced species in the galaxy, with technology far beyond even what the Conclave possessed now. "There's more," Marcus said, leading her to another room where his team had found preserved human remains. "We ran DNA tests. These ancient people match modern humans perfectly. They're not our ancestors, Alina. They're us." Alina studied the star map, noticing how many worlds were marked as human colonies. "Why did we forget?" she wondered. "Why did we leave all this behind?" The answer waited in the final holographic message from Admiral Chen. "We chose to forget," the ancient human explained. "After the war, after the betrayal, we could have destroyed those who turned against us. Many wanted to, but we chose a different path. We chose mercy. We chose to give them time to grow beyond their mistakes." Alina stared at the hologram in shock. "The aliens of the Conclave," she realized. "They're the ones who betrayed us, aren't they?" Marcus nodded slowly. "And they have no idea that we're waking up." Commander Alina Reyes sat across from Vexer in the Earth Defense Fleet headquarters. The crystalline alien's form shimmered under the office lights as he spoke. "We would be happy to share information about nearby star systems," Vexer said. "But some areas are dangerous for young species. For your protection, we must limit access to our complete star charts." Alina kept her face neutral, hiding what she now knew. "We understand. Safety first." After the meeting, Alina met with her most trusted captains in a secure room. She showed them coordinates taken from the Martian vault. "These 3 star systems all had human outposts," she explained, pointing to the map. "Ta Ceti, Epsilon Eridani, and Sirius. I need our fastest ships to check each one. But the aliens cannot know." Captain James Wong nodded. "My ship can reach Ta Ceti in 2 weeks if we use the new engines." "Good. Captain Diaz will take Epsilon Eridani, and Captain Okafor will investigate Sirius." Alina handed them small data chips. "These contain Martian Vault access codes. If you find anything similar, use them." Meanwhile, Dr. Marcus Chen worked with Earth's top linguists on a startling discovery. The ancient writing from the Martian Vault matched symbols found in ruins across Earth, in Egypt, India, Peru, and other locations. "Look at this," Professor Lakshmi Singh said, pointing to her screen. "The Lumerian sacred script that Vexer showed us last week. It's just a changed version of these ancient human symbols." Marcus compared more samples. and the Sauron's writing system too, and 3 others. They're all based on our ancient languages. Across the world, scientists began finding more connections. Ancient human technologies that had seemed primitive now revealed hidden complexities. The earliest human computers had designs that matched the core principles used in alien technology. 2 weeks later, Captain Wong's encrypted message reached Alina. Ta City confirmed. Found abandoned human outpost. 3 million years old. Same technology as Mars Vault. Sending images. The photos showed buildings constructed into the side of a moon orbiting Ta City's 4th planet. The architecture was clearly human in design, with the same symbols as the Mars Vault. 3 days later, Captain Diaz reported similar findings at Epsilon Eridani. Vexer requested a meeting with Alina the same day. The alien seemed unusually interested in human mythology. Tell me about these legends of Atlantis and Lemuria. Ancient advanced human civilizations lost to time. Alina carefully controlled her expression. Just old stories. Myths from primitive times. And these other ruins around your world. In Egypt, South America, Asia, your archaeologists once suggested they were built by aliens, Vexer pressed. Just wild theories. We now know ancient humans built them, Alina replied. After Vexer left, Alina's secure phone rang. It was Professor Singh. Commander, we found something in the oldest human DNA samples we have. Strange sequences that don't code for proteins. They're artificial. What do they do? Alina asked. We think they store information, like computer data, but in our genes. Dr. Sophia Kim is working on decoding them now. That night, as Alina studied the star charts from the Mars Vault, a red alert flashed on her screen. Captain Okuffer's ship near Sirius had gone silent. Alina made a decision. She opened a secure channel to her fleet commanders. Prepare our advanced ships, the ones with the technology we've been hiding from the Conclave. We're going to Sirius. In his private chamber, Vexer sent an urgent message to the Conclave High Council. Humans accessing restricted locations. Memory containment failing. Request immediate action. Dr. Sophia Kim had not slept in 3 days. Her lab at the Global Genetics Center was filled with empty coffee cups and the glow of computer screens. She stared at the strange patterns in human DNA that didn't match anything in nature. They're not random, she whispered to herself. They're data storage. When Commander Alina Reyes entered the lab, Sophia barely noticed. Dr. Kim, I need an update, Alina said, touching the scientist's shoulder. Sophia jumped, then quickly gathered her thoughts. Commander, I have a theory. What if humans didn't just lose their technology? What if we were made to forget? Alina sat down. Explain. Sophia pointed to her screen. These DNA sequences don't code for proteins. They're artificial. Data storage. I'm using quantum computing to decode them. She pressed a button, and a video appeared. The video showed flashes of memories. A massive ship traveling between stars, humans building cities on strange worlds, and then war, terrible weapons firing across space. These aren't just images, Sophia explained. They're compressed memories, encoded in our DNA. When I run the code through the quantum computer, it translates to actual memories of our ancestors. Alina leaned closer. Can you tell what the war was about? Sophia nodded. That's the most important part. The memories show it wasn't started by humans. It was started against us, by species we had helped develop. Before Alina could respond, her secure phone beeped. It was Captain Wong. Commander, we've lost contact with the rescue team you sent to Sirius. But our long-range scanners picked up something massive there, artificial, and definitely not Conclave design. Alina made a quick decision. Prepare the Phoenix. We're going to Sirius ourselves. The Phoenix was Earth's most advanced ship, built using technology accidentally discovered by human engineers, or perhaps remembered from their genetic memory. It was kept hidden from the Conclave. When the Phoenix launched from a secret base under the Pacific Ocean, Alina knew there was no going back. The Conclave would consider this a violation of their agreements. As expected, 3 Conclave ships quickly moved to intercept them. EDF Phoenix, you are using restricted propulsion technology. Power down immediately, came Vexor's voice over the communication system. Alina ignored the command. All power to engines. Set course for Sirius. The Phoenix accelerated, easily outrunning the alien ships. Vexor's voice became desperate. Commander Reyes, you don't understand. There are things near Sirius that must not be awakened. In the ship's lab, Sophia continued decoding the DNA memories. She gasped when a new sequence revealed itself. Alina, I found something about Sirius. There's a defense platform there, built by ancient humans to protect something important. 5 hours later, the Phoenix arrived at Sirius. Both the original exploration vessel and the rescue ship floated in space, completely powered down. And beyond them was a massive structure, clearly human in design, but millions of years old. As the Phoenix approached, the ancient structure began to glow. A beam of light shot out, scanning the ship. A mechanical voice spoke over all communication channels. Human DNA detected. Guardian protocol activating after 3,214,897 years of dormancy. Welcome home, children of Earth. Across the galaxy, on 17 conclave worlds, ancient hidden systems suddenly activated. And on the Phoenix's screens, a message appeared. Memory restoration sequence initiated. The forgetting ends now. The ancient platform near Sirius glowed with blue light as it awakened. Inside the Phoenix, screens lit up with information streaming faster than anyone could read. Alina and her crew watched in amazement as the massive structure unfolded like a metal flower opening to the sun. It's scanning us, reported the science officer. Reading our DNA, our technology, even our language patterns. A holographic image appeared on the Phoenix's bridge, an older man in a uniform unlike any they had seen before. His face was kind but tired, with deep lines around his eyes. I am Admiral Kenzo Takashi, last commander of the human Guardian fleet, the hologram said. If you are seeing this message, the Guardian protocol has been activated by confirmed human DNA after our long sleep. Alina stepped forward. I am Commander Alina Reyes of Earth. We've only recently discovered our past. The hologram smiled sadly. As we intended, please connect your ship's systems to the platform. I have much to show you. When the Phoenix linked with the platform, Admiral Takashi's hologram expanded to show images of the ancient war. Alina and her crew saw massive fleets battling across star systems. They saw beautiful worlds reduced to ash. The horror of it made some crew members weep. 3 million years ago, Takashi explained, humanity ruled the stars. Not as conquerors, but as guardians and teachers. We found young species across the galaxy and helped them grow. We shared our technology, our medicine, our knowledge. The images showed humans working alongside many alien species, some that Alina recognized from the conclave. 7 of these species, Takashi continued, formed a secret alliance. They believed we were holding them back, that we saw ourselves as superior. They attacked without warning, using our own technology against us. A hologram showed the terrible war that followed. We won the war, Takashi said, but at terrible cost. Billions died. Hundreds of worlds were destroyed. And when we had finally defeated them, we faced the hardest choice of all. The hologram showed a council of humans debating passionately. Many wanted to eliminate the rebel species completely, but others argued for mercy. In the end, we chose a different path. We would erase ourselves from the galaxy. We would hide Earth, erase our colonies, and remove the memory of advanced technology from our own people. Alina was shocked. But why? Because we believed in second chances, Takashi replied. We created the Guardian Protocol, a plan to protect a small population of humans on Earth with limited technology and suppressed memories. Meanwhile, Automated systems would watch over the galaxy, allowing the rebel species to develop on their own, free from our influence. The hologram showed the construction of platforms like the one at Sirius, placed at key points throughout the galaxy. We hoped that both humanity and the rebel species would evolve better ways during the separation. The protocol was set to last 1,000 years, time enough for wounds to heal. Then humans would be gently awakened to their heritage, and reunion could begin. But it's been 3 million years, Alina said. Yes. Takashi's face showed concern. Something interfered with the protocol. You should have remembered everything long ago. As if answering the unspoken question, a new alert appeared on the Phoenix screens. Warning: external sabotage of Guardian Protocol detected. Origin: species designation Lumerian. Current conclave designation: the crystalline ones. Alina's mind raced. Vexor's people. They kept us asleep all this time. The Phoenix raced back to Earth, carrying the truth that would change everything. Alina had downloaded all the data from the Sirius platform into the ship's computers. The ancient memories, the history of the war, and the proof of the Lumerians' betrayal. We need to confront Vexor, Alina told her crew. But first, we need to secure Earth. As they approached home, they saw that 7 conclave ships now orbited Earth. But there was something else. Several of the ships were fighting each other. What's happening? Alina asked as they moved closer. Her communications officer looked up from his screen. It's civil war, Commander. The conclave is breaking apart. Some species are attacking Earth, others are defending it. On the main screen, Alina could see Soren ships firing at Lumerian vessels. Open a channel to all ships, Alina ordered. When the connection was ready, she spoke clearly. This is Commander Alina Reyes of Earth. We have returned from Sirius with the truth. The Guardian Protocol has been activated. Humanity is awakening. A Soren captain appeared on screen. Commander Reyes, I am Captain Sis of the Soren fleet. 7 conclave species are descendants of those who rebelled against humanity. 7 others are younger species who were told lies about the past. 3, including mine, suspected the truth and have been watching for humanity's awakening. Why are you helping us? Alina asked. Because our oldest records speak of human kindness. When our world faced extinction from a dying sun, it was humans who moved our ancestors to a new world. We never believed the lies about evil human conquerors. As they spoke, the Phoenix's sensors detected energy surges from Earth. Ancient defense systems buried under the oceans, in mountains, and even on the moon were powering up. Shields of energy formed around the planet. The Guardian Protocol is activating Earth's defenses, Dr. Kim explained. The memory restoration will begin soon. Alina turned to her first officer. Take us down. I need to speak with Earth's leaders immediately. In an emergency meeting with world leaders, Alina revealed everything they had learned. As she spoke, many in the room began experiencing flashes of memory, images of stars, other worlds, and ancient knowledge. It's happening, Dr. Kim whispered. The DNA memory sequences are activating worldwide. Above Earth, the battle between conclave factions grew fiercer. The Lumerians and their allies were losing, retreating from Earth's strengthening defenses. Vexor sent a final message before his ship jumped to faster-than-light travel. You don't understand what you're doing. The forgetting was necessary. Humanity was never meant to rule again. Using technology from the Sirius platform, Alina established contact with a hidden human outpost in the Pleiades star cluster. On screen appeared a woman who looked strikingly like Alina herself. I am Admiral Selena Reyes of the Human Preservation Fleet, the woman said. We are the last of the original humans who kept our memories and technology. We have watched over sleeping Earth for millions of years, waiting for this day. Alina felt tears in her eyes. Why didn't you wake us sooner? We tried. Many times, Selena replied. But the Lumerians destroyed every awakening attempt. They feared humanity's return more than anything. And now? Alina asked. Now the truth spreads across the galaxy. The awakening cannot be stopped. Soon, all humans will remember who we truly are. The elder species returns, not to conquer, but to reclaim our rightful place among the stars. 3 days after the battle above Earth, Admiral Selena Reyes arrived from the Pleiades in a ship unlike anything modern humans had ever seen. It moved silently, its hull shimmering with colors that seemed to shift between blue and gold. Elena waited on the landing pad with Earth's leaders as the ship touched down. The door opened, and Admiral Selena stepped out. She looked exactly like Elena, but older, with silver streaks in her dark hair. "It's strange to meet yourself," Selena said, smiling as she approached Elena. "We share the same genetic line." In the old days, important families maintained their bloodlines across multiple star systems as a backup plan. Elena nodded. "You've been watching over us all this time. A small group of us. 10,000 humans who kept our memories when everyone else forgot." Selena handed Elena a small golden device shaped like a cube. "This is the awakening key. It was meant to be used after 1,000 years, not 3 million. Scientists from around the world gathered to study the awakening key." Dr. Kim explained how it worked. "It sends a signal that activates the dormant memory sequences in our DNA," she said, "but slowly, safely, so people's minds aren't overwhelmed." While Earth prepared for the awakening, the 7 rebel conclave species, now calling themselves the Progenitor Alliance, gathered their fleets. "They're preparing to attack," Captain Sis warned in a message from his ship. "They know once humans fully awaken, their deception will be exposed to all." Elena looked at the reports coming in from across the solar system. Ancient defense platforms on Mars, Jupiter's moons, and even distant Pluto were activating, creating a protective shield around the entire system. "How soon can we use the key?" she asked Dr. Kim. "We're ready now," Safia replied. "But once we start, there's no going back." World leaders voted unanimously to activate the awakening key. In a solemn ceremony broadcast worldwide, Elena placed the golden cube on a special platform. It began to glow, sending out pulses of light that seemed to pass through solid objects. Across Earth, humans started experiencing dreams and memories that weren't their own, yet somehow were. Children dreamed of building cities on distant worlds. Elderly people remembered technologies they had never seen. A farmer in China suddenly understood how faster-than-light engines worked. The knowledge came in waves, gentle but unstoppable. As the awakening began, the Progenitor Alliance launched their attack. Hundreds of ships appeared at the edge of the solar system, firing weapons that distorted space itself. But something unexpected happened. As the first memory wave swept through Earth's ships, the crews suddenly understood how their primitive vessels really worked. Systems they thought were simple engines revealed themselves to be far more powerful. Weapons they had built based on theoretical physics turned out to be ancient human technology that had been hidden in plain sight. Elena felt it too, suddenly knowing how to operate the Phoenix in ways she never imagined. As her memories of her past life as Admiral Elena Solaris began to surface, she realized why the rebels had always feared humanity. It wasn't just human technology they feared. It was something deeper, something built into human DNA itself. Humans adapted, learned, and remembered faster than any other species. Even after 3 million years of forgetting, it had only taken decades for humans to rediscover space travel. As the enemy fleet approached, Elena gave the order, "All ships, access your awakened systems. Let's show them who the elder species really is." The battle above Earth was unlike anything in recent history. The Progenitor Alliance ships fired weapons that bent light and tore holes in space. Earth's newly awakened defense systems responded with shields that seemed impossible, energy barriers that simply absorbed the attacks. On the bridge of the Phoenix, Elena experienced a flood of memories as the second wave of the awakening key reached her. She remembered a past life. She had been Admiral Elena Solaris, commander of the human Guardian Fleet's 3rd Division. She remembered her home on a planet orbiting Ta Ceti, She remembered her husband and 3 children, and she remembered watching them die when the rebels attacked their colony without warning. "Admiral," her first officer said, breaking her from the painful memory. "Your orders." Elena focused on the present. "All ships, defensive formation Delta. Protect the Earth at all costs." The Earth fleet moved with new purpose, crews instinctively knowing how to use systems they had never fully understood before. Ships that had once been considered basic now performed maneuvers that defied conventional physics. In orbit around Mars, ancient defense platforms activated, firing beams of golden light that disabled rather than destroyed enemy vessels. "They're not killing them," Dr. Kim noted as she watched from Earth's command center. "Even now, we're showing mercy." More memories flooded human minds worldwide. They remembered being teachers and guardians to younger species. They remembered building schools and hospitals on alien worlds. They remembered choosing peace whenever possible. And they remembered the final vote after the ancient war, the vote where humanity chose self-imposed forgetting over revenge. In Elena's memory, she saw herself standing before the human High Council, angry and hurt after losing her family. "We should destroy them all," her past self had shouted. "They don't deserve mercy." But another voice had spoken, Admiral Takashi, the same man whose hologram they had seen at Sirius. "If we destroy them, we become what they accused us of being, tyrants who think themselves gods. Our strength has always been our compassion. Let us not lose that, even now." In the present, the Progenitor Alliance ships pushed forward, breaking through the outer defenses. They approached Earth with weapons ready. "They're targeting major cities," Elena's tactical officer reported, firing in 3, 2. Suddenly, new ships appeared, thousands of them, surrounding the Progenitor fleet. These vessels were unlike any seen before, clearly of advanced human design. A communication came through on all channels. "This is Admiral Caius of the Human Preservation Fleet, from Kepler 186F. Earth is under our protection. Stand down immediately." Elena stared at the screen in shock. Kepler 186F. That's over 500 light-years away. Admiral Selena smiled. "Earth wasn't the only world where humans were preserved. We seeded over 300 planets with human life as a precaution, all with suppressed memories, all waiting for the awakening." The Progenitor Alliance fleet was now surrounded by ships from 7 different human colony worlds, all awakened by the signal from Earth. A message came from Vexor's ship. "This cannot be happening. You were supposed to sleep forever." Elena opened a channel to all ships. "This is Admiral Elena Reyes, formerly Elena Solaris. 3 million years ago, we chose mercy over revenge. Today, we offer that choice again. Stand down, and we can find a peaceful way forward." For a long moment, the galaxy held its breath. For 3 long days, the fleets faced each other in tense silence. The Progenitor Alliance ships remained in attack formation, while the human fleets held their defensive positions around Earth. Finally, a message came from the Lumerian flagship. It wasn't Vexor, but an older Lumerian named Zenith, his crystalline form clouded with age. "We request a meeting," Zenith said. "Not for surrender, but for truth." Elena agreed. Representatives from all species gathered on a neutral space station at the edge of Earth's solar system. Elena led the human delegation, with Admiral Selena and Admiral Caius at her side. Zenith led the 7 Progenitor Alliance species. Captain Sis represented the friendly conclave species. The ancient Lumerian looked at the humans with eyes that had seen millions of years pass. "You were supposed to remain asleep," he said. "That was the agreement." "What agreement?" Elena asked. Zenith's form dimmed slightly. "After the war, when your people chose mercy, there was a condition. The 7 rebel species would be allowed to live and grow on their own, but humans would sleep until we had proven ourselves worthy of trust." Admiral Caius shook his head. "That's a lie. The Guardian Protocol was set for 1,000 years, not eternal sleep." "We feared you," Zenith admitted. Even in defeat, your kind showed power we could not match. Your mercy terrified us more than your weapons. What kind of species could win a war and then choose to erase themselves rather than destroy their enemies? The truth became clear as more representatives spoke. The rebel species had lived in fear for millions of years, fear that humanity would one day return and demand justice. They had sabotaged the awakening protocols again and again, keeping humans asleep while telling younger species myths about evil precursors who had tried to enslave the galaxy. "We built our entire civilization on a lie," a young Lumerian said, her crystal form shimmering with emotion. "We taught our children that we were the first advanced species, that we uplifted others out of kindness." "And now?" Elena asked. "Now we must face the truth," Zenith said. "Humans created us. Humans taught us. Humans showed us mercy when we deserved none. And for millions of years, we repaid that mercy with deception." After days of difficult discussions, Elena proposed the Reconciliation Accord, a new agreement between humanity and all other species. Humans would not seek revenge for ancient wrongs. All species would acknowledge the true history. Knowledge and technology would be shared. No species would rule over others. "We were never meant to be your rulers," Elena explained. "The original humans wanted to be teachers and helpers, not masters." That hasn't changed. One by one, the species voted. The 7 neutral conclave species joined immediately. 3 of the Progenitor Alliance species, including the younger Lumerians, agreed to the accord. The remaining 4, led by Vexer, refused and retreated to their home systems. As the signing ceremony concluded, Admiral Selena approached Elena. 3 million years ago, your previous self, Admiral Solaris, voted for punishment, not mercy. Yet today, you offered peace again." Elena smiled sadly. "I remember her pain, my pain. But I also remember what Admiral Takashi said. Our strength has always been our compassion. That's still true." The Reconciliation Accord was broadcast across the galaxy, reaching thousands of worlds. For the first time in millions of years, the truth was known to all. Humans were the elder species, returned not for vengeance, but for reconciliation. 5 years after the signing of the Reconciliation Accord, Earth had changed beyond recognition. The full restoration of ancient human knowledge had transformed the planet and its people. Cities now floated above the ground, their clean energy systems purifying the air below. The oceans ran clear after centuries of pollution. Admiral Elena Reyes, now High Admiral of the United Human Fleet, stood on the observation deck of the world ship Prometheus, Earth's newest and largest vessel. At her side was Dr. Sophia Kim, watching as ships from 63 different species arrived for the first galactic concordat. "It's hard to believe how much has changed," Sophia said, gazing at the solar system. Elena nodded. Mercury had been transformed into a Dyson swarm, thousands of energy collectors feeding power throughout the system. Venus glowed blue-green as terraforming machines created oceans and atmosphere. Mars, once red and barren, now showed growing seas beneath its newly thickened air. "We've learned from our mistakes," Elena replied, "both the ancient ones and the recent ones." The recovered memories of ancient humanity had brought back incredible technology, but also painful lessons. The original humans had moved too quickly, sharing advanced technology with species who weren't ready for its power or responsibility. This time, humanity approached the galaxy with greater caution and humility. The pain of their second childhood on Earth, the wars, the environmental damage, the struggles to advance, had taught them valuable lessons about progress. On the massive space station orbiting Earth, representatives from across the galaxy gathered. Many were species unknown to the old conclave, civilizations that had hidden from galactic politics out of fear of the Progenitor Alliance. Elena took her place at the center of the Great Chamber. As High Admiral, she would deliver humanity's address to the gathered species. "We are indeed the elders of this galaxy," she began, her voice carrying to all corners of the chamber. "But we return not as conquerors or rulers, but as guides. Our greatest achievement was never our technology, but our capacity to rise from our own ashes, to forgive rather than destroy, and to find wisdom in starting over. The chamber was silent as she continued. This time, we walk among the stars not as gods to be worshipped or feared, but as teachers who still have much to learn. In our time away, many of you have developed knowledge and wisdom that we lack. Together, we can build something greater than the sum of our parts. As the galactic Concordat neared its conclusion, news arrived from deep space exploration vessels. They had detected signals from ancient human transmitters beyond the edge of the Milky Way, evidence that the original human civilization had reached even farther than anyone had imagined. Later that night, Elena stood alone on the Prometheus, looking out at the stars. The 4 species that had rejected the Accord remained in their systems, still fearful of human revenge. Vexer and his followers continued to spread lies about human intentions. But time would tell the truth. Humanity had chosen peace twice, once 3 million years ago, and again today. A small hologram appeared beside her, Admiral Takashi from the ancient records. "You have done well," the recording said, programmed to activate on this day. "Remember always, power without compassion is meaningless. Technology without wisdom is dangerous. Be the guardians we always hoped to be." Elena smiled as the hologram faded. The stars awaited, not to be conquered, but to be remembered, and this time, to be shared with true partners across the galaxy. The elder species had returned, wiser than before.